Hey folks, walk with me. Bernie Sanders. I thought last night, or I had a thought last night, which was, I wonder where the country, and certainly the Democratic Party, would be if they had allowed Bernie to win in the 2015 into 2016 primary. I said at that time that Bernie would absolutely be the best match for Trump. I didn't say that because I was terrified of a woman being president or anything like that, or terrified of the Clintons in general. I said it because obviously there was a real populist rally cry happening around Trump. And Trump has a very particular way of presenting himself, of communicating, and to my mind, and to my eyes and ears, it seemed to me like Bernie was the left's Trump. Bernie was the one on the left that could sort of persuade a similar populist wave, and he certainly was the only one that I saw, maybe that I've seen since then, who could deliver back to Trump what Trump delivers to people, right? The way in which he just incessantly tries to name call and embarrass people and so on and so forth. I don't think it would really stick to Bernie. And I think he would dish it right back. And to me, they seem like, in many ways, a very similar type of person. Obviously, in fundamental ways, very different. But in their delivery, in their appeal, and in the way in which they present and communicate and engage, I think it's actually pretty similar. And I thought at that time, this is the right matchup. And then, from what I'm able to gather, the forces that be in the Democratic Party decided that couldn't happen. And yes, Hillary Clinton won the popular vote, but that's not what does it in America at this point, or at any point in the past. For now, I should say, that's not what does it. What does it is the Electoral College, and there you have it. My understanding, once again, is that it happened in 2020 as well. Obviously, that worked out well for Biden in 2020, but it did not work out well in 2024. And so, even if they had, flopped in 2016 and did what they did, the Democratic Party, I'm saying, but they had rectified it in 2020 and allowed Bernie to go, and if Bernie had won, I don't think he would have dropped out, and I think you would have had an actual rematch if Trump got back into position like he did against Biden, which maybe he wouldn't have. But if this isn't the biggest siren that should be wailing in the Democrats' ear right now, I don't know what else could be. Because what actually made me think of this last night, as I've completely buried the lead here in 4 minutes of upfront exposition, but Bernie seems to be the only one out there really pushing from the other side of the aisle. I know he's independent still, right? But he has run as a Democrat in the primary for president. He's the only one out there right now being super active at age 83, trying to reach out to very Trump areas in very Trump states, and in several purple areas and states as well, and trying to offer something other than what Trump is offering at the moment. And so he is still seemingly either the only one really fighting in any meaningful way, or he's the most sort of populist. I don't know another way to put it. He is clearly the populist person still at age 83. He is still the populist candidate. He's still out there having the most vim and vigor, right? He, like I said, if he's not the only one out there, he's the one with the most traction and the highest, not necessarily the highest profile, but the highest engagement rate, the highest efficiency rating. We could say that. See if Doge could improve Bernie's efficiency quota or quotient. Yeah, it's the Democrats. They won't learn this as a party. I don't feel that this is really on their radar at all. They're like, where's it going to come from? Is Harris going to come back? Is she going to show up again? Is AOC the future? I mean, what are we talking about here? It's clearly Bernie, and you need a new Bernie. You just do. And you've got to stop with this nonsense about him being too radical, because, first of all, he's not. Second of all, it is what would have won and what probably will win. But all the other nonsense and game playing and trying to toe the line toward the middle or whatever it is that they're doing, or selectively being more extreme in areas that people just don't really care about that much, I think is continuously to their own peril. And it started 10 years ago now, so welcome to your 10th anniversary of this same sad party. But yeah, I don't see any indication that the message is being received, that they are opening themselves up to the option or the opportunity. And I'm glad that it's coming from someone, right? That someone's offering something and doing it in a really effective way. But it is unfortunate that he's 83. I don't know how much more gusto he has, though he seems very spry. You know, spry and 83 is still an equation. And there's a lot of things that could pop up. So I worry that that's where the efficiency and the effectiveness is coming from at this point. And it's really disheartening that the message not only is it not still received, but it doesn't seem to have any chance of being received. So, yeah, boy, what the world would look like had the Dems not come in to heavy hand both of those primary seasons. It could be some sight to behold for sure. But we'll never know. Somewhere in an alternate universe, it's happening. All right, folks. Well, if you watched with me or you walked this far, I certainly appreciate it. And as always, I will see you in the next video.